Yes, you will fail. Many of your videos will not get the number of desired views that you wish. But so what? You don't have to pay for it every time you upload a YouTube video. Well, do it anyway to become the best version of yourself. Because the more that you put yourself out there doing things that are uncomfortable, the more that you are going to grow in the process. How to overcome your internal objections. One of the biggest reasons why people don't put themselves out there is because of fear. Some of the internal objections that people could have include, what if I don't have the charisma, the right personality? What if I don't have a large following? I'm just starting out. I'm not sure if my life is that inspiring. I have nothing special to offer. Well, in this video, we will explore the 6 tips how you can overcome your inner critics, which can be the worst critics sometimes, and some of the mindsets that you will need to acquire in becoming a content machine. Understanding how to create videos and overcome your internal objections could be one of the most rewarding things that you can ever commit to in your life. So without further ado, let's take a look at them. Tip number 1, put yourself out there. You have some sort of interesting experience that you can share with the world. You have gone through a lot in life, and believe it or not, you have something valuable to offer someone else. What you have gone through in life, be it the mistakes in the past, your struggles, your stories of successes, it could be valuable lessons for someone else who are maybe not as far along the journey as you are right now. Oftentimes, we discount how much we have learned and have gone through in life. Now, if you are willing to be vulnerable and share about your past mistakes and failures, people could learn from you and they don't have to go through the same learning curve. And if you are not willing to put yourself out there, guess what? People will still be searching for information somewhere else anywhere. And they will be watching others instead of watching you. And the irony is, sometimes those people who are willing to put themselves out there might not even know as much as you do. Tip number 2, just be you. My friend, you don't have to pretend to be anyone else. The best thing about YouTube is you can be simply who you are, and you don't have to worry about what people think about you. What you put out there, the contents that you put out there, could be the contents that you are deeply passionate about. There are things that you truly want to say, and you can say something that truly resonates with you. And when you do it from the heart, there will be some people who could be able to relate with you, and there will be people who will be able to connect with you deeply. And that, my friend, is how you build a following and a community of fans. Tip number 3, you learn and grow through it. Gary Vee, a popular YouTuber and influencer, said this: do not create, document. Now, sometimes when you think that you need to be always be creative with all these ideas and you have to create all these amazing YouTube videos, you can get overwhelmed in the process. However, when you think of it as you are just documenting your life journey and the lessons that you have learned along the way, then it became less stressful, because you know that you do not do this because you have to impress some people. You are just doing this as if you are teaching your younger self the lessons that you have learned along life. You don't have to become great, before you start a YouTube channel. But in order for you to start the channel, you need to be willing to put yourself out there. And in the process of being consistently persistent in putting up videos out there, that is how you become good and eventually become great at the game. Everyone starts somewhere. Every expert was once a beginner. If not for anything, do it for the person that you are going to become in the process. Yes, you will fail. Many of your videos will not get the number of desired views that you wish. But so what? You don't have to pay for it every time you upload a YouTube video. Well, do it anyway to become the best version of yourself. Because the more that you put yourself out there doing things that are uncomfortable, the more that you are going to grow in the process. I remember that, when I was in college, the best time when I was learning the most was when I was teaching others about the topic that I'm myself learning about. And I realized that the best way to learn anything is actually by teaching others about it. One of the things that you might struggle with when it comes to creating YouTube videos and putting it out there would be to practice talking before the camera. I get it. It's not easy. Sometimes it's easier for you to talk to a group of people in front of people because you can feed off their energy. However, when you're talking to a camera, it can be rather uncomfortable. It could be awkward. But here's the thing. It is a skill that you can learn. It is a skill that you can train yourself to master, right? And in the process of putting yourself out there and getting out of your comfort zone, you are going to learn and you are going to grow so much into becoming a better version of yourself. Tip number 4, remember that it's a mental game. It's never too late to start. Now, you might think that it is too saturated or too crowded in the YouTube market right now. You might think that in the particular niche that you are interested in, there are already so many competitors who are crushing it out there. However, know that people love finding someone who is brand new, not necessarily big corporate channel that they cannot relate with. Some people will actually be glad to discover you, especially if you put out good content consistently out there. People love the fact that they can connect with you when you are small, and they can see you through the process of you growing and through the journey, and they can relate with you when you are small and you are still responding to their messages and you are replying to all their comments. Some people will love that. Sometimes with a bigger brand, this connection can be lost. So don't think that it's too saturated or too late for you to get into the game. Those are just internal excuses. Tip number 5, you don't have to be an extrovert to be successful in YouTube business. Well, you can still succeed even though you are an introvert. You don't need to be this big personality to have this attractive character, because whoever you are, you will find an audience who can relate with you. Believe me in that, right? As long as you just speak from the heart, you are able to relate with others. You know, you are being vulnerable with your life stories and you are telling stories about how you have grown through life. Believe me, there will be people out there who will be able to relate with you. They'll learn from you, they'll connect with you, and they will continue to listen to you, right? That is one of the most rewarding things that you can do in this life. Tip number 6 is don't be too self-conscious. Now, some people thought, and this thought terrifies them, what if people that I know see me on YouTube, and what if they laugh at me? What if, you know, I'm not good and I'm just making people, you know, have all this negative opinion about me? Let me do the video 100 times before I become so good at it. Let me be perfect first before I put it out. Well, no one cares if you are self-conscious. Let me break that down for you. People will not notice that, and people don't care. Get over it. When you are just starting, not many people are going to watch you anyway. Just put it out and just get over it, right? Come from a place of service. You are not doing this because of performance. You are not here to impress anybody, but you are here because you want to serve the community or the audience that you want to serve. You need to shift the focus from focusing on yourself, from thinking that it's all about you, that it's about your performance, to the audience that you are actually serving. When you take the focus off of you to your audience, that is when you lose the self-consciousness. Now, let me tell you an analogy to illustrate this. Suppose if I'm to offer you $100 to walk on a plank from building A to building B, right? And these are high-rise buildings. Will you walk the plank for only $100? Suppose that, you know, the risk is real. You might fall off the building and you might not end up with anything at all. Of course, you won't take the risk. You won't do it for $100. I believe you won't do it for $1,000 either, right? Or even not even $1 million. However, what if it's a baby, your baby, on the other side of a building? And to make it worse, the building is burning. Well, suddenly you forget about yourself and you are going to cross that plank even though nobody's going to give you any financial reward for doing that, right? What causes the change, or what causes the shift in focus? Well, it is the fact that you remember that it's not about you. It is about service. It's about helping somebody who is on the other side, who needs your help, who is desperate, who is at a very critical situation in his or her life. Now, in the same way, when you adopt that mindset, when you realize that it's not about you, you take the focus off you and you put the focus rightfully on the person or the group of people that you are going to serve. And that is how you shift the focus from self-consciousness to service consciousness. You should not be self-conscious about yourself anymore from this point onwards, because it is not about you. It is about the people that you are called to serve. God has put a gift inside of you, and that gift is not for you to keep. That gift is for you to use to be a blessing to the world around you. So in closing, just start. 99.99% of people who want to do this never get started, right? Be that 0.001% of the person who actually do something and start this, all right? Just start posting that first video. Yes, it's going to suck. It's going to be cringy, but I want you to start to treat it like a business, not like a hobby, not only posting every once in a while when you feel like doing that, but be consistent. Okay, be it rain or shine, just put your videos out there. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. It is about you overcoming the inertia. It is about you overcoming your internal objections, right? And the more you dare to put yourself out there and overcome the uncomfortable feeling and the fear, the more you're going to grow in the process. I believe that starting a YouTube channel is one of the best things that you can do in 2020, in 2021, and beyond. Okay, the pandemic has changed things as we know it. Approach it like a business, not like a hobby. If you only look at it as a hobby, you'll never be successful in this. But it is those who commit to succeed, and putting the work is the one who will excel in the end. So stop waiting for it to be perfect for you to start. Progress is always better than perfection. Okay, so remember this: progress over perfection. What internal objections are you telling yourself today that's stopping you from starting to put yourself out there? Comment down below. I do personally read through all the comments, and I'll try my best to reply to each one of them. If you have found value in this video, smash the like button, subscribe for more videos just like this one, and write down the comment below. What is your internal objection and what are you going to do about it? Okay, if you like videos just like this, be sure to ring the notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.